division in Nasarawa State only operates in government house. This for record, I want to take note of that. And then again, we all have seen the outcome of the vote allocation that took place in Nasarawa State. On the IRF, the evidence are there, and all the independent institutions that joined forces to collate this result also have this evidence of the outcome of the election. It was a case of vote allocation in Gayam ward in Lafia local government and Choma ward in Lafia local government, where the voter accreditation that was 21,000 miraculously, magically gone to about 50,000 votes was allocated to that ward, and also in the case of Choma ward that a magical 50,000 was also allocated to that ward, and we felt that the vote allocation is not something that we are happy with. We want to use this opportunity to call on all our supporters, about 660,000 patriotic Nasarawa State citizens that came out to support us, to support the process, and that also came out to register their dissatisfaction with the outcome, because the whole process was militarized. The security agencies were used against the people, and the people are out saying that they are not satisfied with the outcome of this election, and they want INEC to review the outcome of the Nasarawa State election. And we're using this opportunity to appreciate all our supporters across Nasarawa State, the obedient supporters that collapsed their structure to support us, and all the aggrieved APC members and PDP supporters, and those that believe in our project. They have tested me in the last 12 years that I went to the National Assembly to represent them. They saw my performance. They saw that I am instrumental to so many changes in Nasarawa State. They appreciate my impact, and that is why we came out overwhelmingly to give us the support. I want to use this opportunity to thank the entire people of Nasarawa State, and also reassure them that we shall reclaim our mandate, Gov Sule.
Although some assertions that you made may not be correct, and you probably are wrong in some of your assertions, but then the essence of the conversation is about your grievances, and that's the reason why we've given you your right of reply and your right of say on this program tonight. But let's get to it. There are a few areas in Nasarawa State in that election your party had taken exception to what happened in Gayam, in Shiroma, some words there that you said that elections, and you had sweeping victory. That's how your party couched it. What are the alternative results that you think you have? Do you have the IRF result? What exactly is your own evidence that you have that gives you that position, that gives you that stance?
In the same election, the total accreditation that returned the state assembly member in Gayam was 13,000, and there was a public pronouncement to that effect. And ours was 33,000. That was inflated, and the evidence is on IRF. And I also believe that your station also closely monitored what's transpired in Gayam ward and Chiroma ward, and the evidence are there. And that's why we're insisting that the allocation of votes in Chiroma and Gayam ward is unlawful, and we are appealing to authorities and those that are in charge of the election process to also consider the agitation of the people of Nasarawa State.
So if you look at what happened, so let's roll back a bit and let's look at the entire process, and I'll come to some of the details. Generally speaking, in Nasarawa State, would you describe the election as free and fair?
Not at all. It's not free and fair.
What the beavers used in the conduct of that election?
of course, it was used. What transpired was a case of 2 added to 9 from their 9,000 votes, and they added 2,000 to make it 29,000 in order to secure return for the government to return. And if you look at all the A series or from EC8 series that were uploaded at the IRIF, you will see that the total accreditation of Gayam is 13,000, and that of Chioma is 21,000. But what in the from EC8D that Sule was returned was allocated votes, you will see that they inflated the figures to 56,000, and the total registered voters in Guyana was 58,000. And according to the document that returned Sule, they said that those total vote cast was almost 98% of total registered voters. Those are the issues that we want to go to see the kind of atrocity and electoral fraud committed in Nasarawa State.
Now, what have you done since that the election was declared? I mean, you have a window for which you need to take this up.
Naturally, we have to take the necessary action by engaging our lawyers to look at what is necessary. We have to rely on judiciary to do justice to the people of Nasarawa State and all the people that came out to support us. We are saying with one voice that it's a collective project, and we will seek redress at the court of law to ensure that the vote and mandate that people of Nasarawa State came out and invested their trust on us is reclaimed.
There were a lot of, when I spoke with the governor, he's of the view that there are a lot of visitors who are residents, non-Nasarawa citizens who are resident, and most of them working in Abuja, but resident in the areas like Karu and the rest, resident in Nasarawa State. According to him, he said these are the people who made his victory a very difficult one. But he has said that your party does not have any chance in this election, considering what he has done on the ground and the strength of your party in that election. How do you react to this?
Shem, want to use this opportunity to encourage everybody resident in Nasarawa State to take Nasarawa State as their home. And I want to use this opportunity to also guide the governor that I defeated the governor in his ward, I defeated him in his unit, I defeated the governor in his zone, I defeated him and even his activity in his local government. And that is not, if he is from Nakonga local government, you can see that I defeated him across from the wards to the unit, from the unit to the wards to local government, and then to the senatorial district, I defeated him. I defeated the deputy in his local government, that is Doma local government. So it is not true that visitors or people that settle in Nasarawa State are the reason why it makes it difficult for him. I don't want to raise issue with the governor because people are aware and people are ready to also remind him that he has no right to call anybody resident in Nasarawa State a visitor, because we know his history, we know his story, we know that his grandfather is not from Nasarawa State. There is no grave of his grandfather in Nasarawa State. His father came to Nasarawa State like every other person in Karo local government. Yeah, it is high time for us to guide ourselves and our public statement regarding people that we should provide good governance for them. My focus is not to look at all those issues because the evidence are there that we defeated the governor, and 99.5% of the result on IRIF has been downloaded, and our victory was very clear. And I'm sure even your station has analyzed that outcome. And I want to also reassure the governor that he should accept defeat and do the needful, because he has, the people of Nasarawa State have rejected him. The people of his ward, unit, and local government and zone entirely rejected him. Nasarawa State is very key and strategic to the federal capital, and want to use this opportunity to invite anybody that is willing to stay in Nasarawa State to feel free and disconnect and reflect what the governor is saying about him, because he is a loser. He has lost in 2019 and reaped his way back to the seat. And this 2023, the people of Nasarawa State entirely demonstrated their rejection for his person, because he has underperformed. He has provided misgovernance to the people of Nasarawa State, and that is why they spoke with a loud voice that it's not their choice. They would rather prefer to stay with the man behind the new Nasarawa State project, the man that has filled 1,500 boreholes across Nasarawa State, the man that is instrumental to 18,000 lives on NHIS, the man that is instrumental to 18 primary health centers in Nasarawa State. I have served the people of my constituency in National Assembly, and that's the reason why they have trusted me, and they are giving me this opportunity, and they have demonstrated it.
All right, Mr. Ombugadu, yeah, we're due for another break. But I mean, you can't ask someone that has been declared winner to accept defeat, because I mean, you can't call him a loser, because in the real sense, he is the winner, except the court rule otherwise. So let's stay with the fact and what we know out for now. But we will go on a break.
He's a winner by for not.
Yeah, but he is a winner. That is what the authorities, that is what the system has pronounced, but we have to stay with it. That is what we have as a fact. But because this is politics, but this is politics that allows you to be able to speak your own truth and speak your mind on this matter. But we stick with what we know, which is what INEC has declared. But when we come back from the break, we'll look at a few other issues that have been raised in this election. Stay with me, Mr. Ombugadu. We'll be right back. Everyone for staying with us on the program. Dr. David Ombugadu, the PDP governorship candidate, is speaking with us. He's live with us virtually from Jos in Plateau State, and we're speaking about reactions of his party and himself on the outcome of the election, where Governor Abdullahi Sule has been returned and declared winner for a second term in office. So let's get back to the conversation. Part of what we discussed, I had a conversation with Governor Abdullahi Sule, was the influence. A lot of people who have followed the Nasarawa politics, you know, the influence and the numbers and of the Egon-speaking people of Nasarawa State, and how things panned out in this election. Are you worried that the issues of ethnicity and religion played a major role, which he accused you of fueling to a large extent?
There are things that are expected of a governor that has governed Nasarawa State for 4 years, and my focus and determination is to be a leader that will apply the principle of good governance, that is inclusiveness. I came from the tribe, yes. We are spread across the state, yes. On record, yes, they have about 6 members of the state assembly now, but that's not important. I want to be the governor of the entire state, and I don't join issues. These are not issues for public discussion. And the governor will come and isolate a tribe and begin to talk about it. They have their strengths, but it's not about, we're talking about good governance. So those are not issues that we should come and start debating on national television, that the Egon tribe are trying to monopolize. Well, I'm aware that they have 6 members out of 24 in the state assembly. That is his own business if he does not want to recognize their strengths. But what matters, I was voted by his own people, in his own unit, in his own ward. If you ask the governor where his unit resort, the government lost to PDP in his unit, and he sent talks to come and destroy the votes. And that is why, how can a chief security officer of the state not be able to secure?
But do you have evidence that, Mr. Ombugadu, do you have evidence that he did that? Because when you make a sweeping statement that the governor came and sent talks, you must have evidence to it. If not, I mean, it doesn't make sense to make those kind of assertions.
I have a reason. Who is the chief security officer of Nasarawa State? How can't he not secure his units?
But I'm saying the allegations that you are making that he sent thugs to disrupt the election, that is a very grave allegation that you are making. If you do not have any evidence to it, I mean, it's unfair to make those kind of allegations on national television.
Let it be record that the governor's unit in his community, the votes have been destroyed in the 2 units in his community, despite that we defeated him in his unit, in his ward, in his local government, in his zone. And he has no any result to show because he is ashamed for the whole world to know that he has lost his own units. I appreciate a Democrat like Abdullah Adamu that lost to Labour Party in his unit. He didn't send anybody to come and destroy the ballot in his unit. He lost to PDP. He didn't send anybody to come and destroy the unit. But the governor, whether he is the one or is not the one, but he has failed to secure the votes in his unit. And he has nothing to show. Therefore, the chief security officer of Nasarawa State has failed to provide security in his unit and in his ward. And the votes in his unit were destroyed. But we believe that he was ashamed of the defeat.
All right.
So please, about his medium, to advise him to be a Democrat like the former governor, Abdullah Adamu.
Let's close now. What would be your next line of action in the situation that you found yourself?
We have windows that we're taking advantage. The provision of the new electoral act section 65 that talks about an opportunity, because when they were busy breaking us, we laid a complaint and they insisted that we should go for it. That was what the REC said. They added 20,000, our agent complained. They added 50,000, our agent, they allocated 50,000 to their Gayamot. Our agent complained and they said we should go for it. So we took advantage of their advice and we are law-abiding citizens of Nasarawa State. And we have forwarded a petition. We have forwarded a petition to the INEC, and we are hoping that they are going to look at our complaint and then review it and then return and reclaim, and so that we can reclaim the mandate of the people of Nasarawa State.
David Ombugadu, the PDP governorship candidate in Nasarawa State, thank you so much for your time tonight. I appreciate it. And I wish you the very best in your endeavor.
I want to sincerely thank China's television and hope that we have a better relationship, particularly your correspondent in Nasarawa State. I also want to thank all the protesters that came out to show and demonstrate their dishappiness with the election process. And we hope that the system will be strengthened by their concern and the outcome of their protest. We hope that Nigerians and civil society, international organizations will weigh into the case of Nasarawa State. That is unique. We are asking for justice for Nasarawa State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, David. I appreciate your time. Well, that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm Sean Kimale. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. God bless Nigeria.